So we're looking at the same thing, and when we see the former U.S., you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? The former officials say the U.S. also provided diplomatic cover for the wannabe invading set of Zionist fucking crooked ass motherfucking Khazarite gypsies, probably, calling themselves an Israel, you know what I'm saying, to create a condition for famine. That's right, by blocking the international efforts to bring about a ceasefire, you know what I'm saying, I guess alleviated or a ceasefire or alleviated the crisis, which means they probably, yes, they did. They supported the attack on the Gaza people, making the alleviated crisis, making the delivery of aid almost impossible. Right, because this is what they want to do. They want to starve the people, kill the people, murder the people, rip the people apart, give their own citizens that they have invaded with, that have settled in that country and claiming it, Africa, as their own, and it's not, to go about killing these people in itself. This is not just turning a blind eye to the man-made starvation of the entire population. Yes, over 40-something, or probably over 44,000, or probably even 44 million. We don't know. You know what I'm saying? It could be way more than that. You know what I'm saying? Talking about only 44,000 people. No, it's been way more than that. You'll kill over 75 years in that spot. Black people as well. You know what I'm saying? The true Africans that land belongs to. You know what I'm saying? But you see, starvation of an entire population, it is direct accomplice. You know what I'm saying? The former State Department official Josh Paul, who resigned over U.S. support of the war, told the Independent. You know what I'm saying? They want to be invading country calling themselves Israel, which is a lying-ass gypsy with Zionist, you know what I'm saying, no more than a Khazarite, probably Neanderthal guy from the Siberian mountains, you know what I'm saying? Calling themselves Israel, and talking about it's a state. It's not a state. It's an invasion to create an occupation so you can say that you're from there and lie to the world over and over again about who you really are. You need to tell the truth about your race, because there is no way that you're an African, and there is no way that you was there in that country before African people. You know what I'm saying? And we could prove that. You know what I'm saying? But we see Israel has, you know what I'm saying, has the so-called wannabe invaders, has, you know what I'm saying, have vehemently, to me, denied that there is a hunger crisis in the Gaza. Of course they're going to deny that, because look at what it is. They're in Africa. So how the only way people know what's going on is by people reporting and people being over there. And from what they're reporting, there seems to be a trueness to it all in its facts. Groundbreaking. But the whole matter is the psychology of the mentality of the people to believe that these people are God's chosen people when they are not. And they should not be able to use any form of Christianity, satanic, whatever bullshit in itself to talk about to block what is going on so they can literally murder off 44,000 million people and call it and not calling it a genocide. You know what I'm saying? And we see here where the hunger crisis in Gaza, or that it has restricted aid. You know what I'm saying? It's a fighting with Hamas, the militant group that triggered the current war when it killed 1,200 people and took over 250 hostages in Israel on the 7th of October has hampered aid efforts. But listen, compared to the amount of people that they are killing, it's a slaughter. It's not a war. It's a genocide and a slaughter. You know what I'm saying? And the correct word for it is we can move the so-called saying fighters with fighting with calling Hamas, who militants who that triggered. Yeah, they triggered it, but was it truly Hamas, or is Hamas working for them, or what is truly going on? Because where is Hamas now to back up the many people that are being displaced and murdered and killed and driven off their land all the way to Rafah? So therefore, we know full well that something ain't right here, same as we saw with the insurrection, so-called want to chomp up an insurrection at the White House. It's the same thing we see here. But when we go back and look at the historical value of who these people are, really, we see that they do not belong there. So if Hamas triggered it off, and then Hamas is not defending all the millions of people that are being killed and driven off their land, then why and who is Hamas really working for? You know what I'm saying? Because we know full well you Arabs are one of the first to come into Africa with that slave shit and our type of bullshit that you have done to the African people over a very long time. You know what I'm saying? In Africa, and then acting as if like you better than somebody else. We better than African people. African people is 10 times, 100% more powerful than you will ever think that we are, because we are the creators of it all. You know what I'm saying? So don't come with that bullshit about the fucking Hamas, when Hamas should be up there defending this shit and bringing this motherfucking shit to a ceasefire period. Instead, you say you have triggered off, and Hamas have triggered off. Was it really Hamas, or was it a group of people working? Because when Hamas come into different countries and these different factions of these militant groups, they bring in new law on the people and all type of fucking restricted shit on the people and do all the same, almost the same exact thing that Netanyahu is doing to them in more ways than one. Even discriminating on the women. You know what I'm saying? So we know for well, but we see he's saying he grabbed 1,200 people and took 200. He's saying he killed 1,200 people and took 250. That still doesn't amount to the killing of it. So why are you killing off the people when the people didn't come over there and kill all your peoples, but you're murdering off the whole Gaza Strip? When you saying that 1,200 people, so you telling me that your Bible, that you say that you is the God's chosen people, tell you that you must slaughter them. So anybody could trigger this out, and then we supposed to agree along with your biblical vow that you talking about on some bullshit. This ain't have nothing to do with that. This have to do with the murdering, the killing, and the famine, and the starvation, and the murder, rape, and all kinds of bullshit, vulgar shit that you over there have been doing for over 75 years, plus years or more in that area. You know what I'm saying? At least 32 people, 28 of whom were children, have died from, it looked like malnutrition, dehydration in the Gaza Strip. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Children. You see what I'm saying? Same thing. Every time they do a war, you can believe that these people is going to kill everything in that area, because they want to make sure that they can drive them off and they don't come back. And so for on blaming it, saying that Hamas did it, when you ain't going after Hamas. To me, it seems like you're just killing the Gazan people, who has nothing to do with it, really, probably. You know what I'm saying? And even saying that they were hiding these people and so on. But how is it that you would slaughter the people this way, saying that Hamas is hiding amongst them, when Hamas, you know what I'm saying, itself, even if that was true, you know what I'm saying, would be still doing the same work as you? Because when they come in, you know what I'm saying, and the people saying no and this and that, is America going to go over there and make sure that one man standing up saying that this ain't right and we want to have a tranquil piece of life? Could y'all take that over there in the Sahara Desert, you and them, and get the fuck up of our country, and could Netanyahu and his jackass fucking group of people move the fuck out the Gaza Strip because you don't belong there? No, because this is why they moved there in the first place, to get a strategic position in Africa, and this is why Joe Biden is supporting it all together, especially where you see that Gaza Strip could be a launching pad against Russia as well. You know what I'm saying? So we're looking at a lot of shit. Putin should have a vested interest in even a ceasefire in this matter as well. You know what I'm saying? And should have been working towards a more stronger position in that area and supporting, you know, saying the Gaza, many of the black people and the Gazan people, to keep a peace agreement within that region as a powerful nation. You know what I'm saying? And we even see where in Gaza, according to the Human Rights Watch, the death of those children and the the likely many more to come might have been prevented if creep dual ass broke back bitch wannabe Zionist sucking balls ass clown, you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Had reacted more forcefully to concerns shared publicly and privately. Oh, he's not going to do that because you understand, like I said before, even in his days before he was probably with creepy ass motherfucking wannabe bumphead fucking long nut Obama. You know what I'm saying? He was in government, so facilitating this and pumping money, talking about creating a homeland, for. You got to create a Israel in Africa. You know what I'm saying? And many wars took place that was unaware to the American people, but wasn't unaware to many people, but wasn't to others. While they were over there killing and murdering, and the Ottoman Turks driving the Egyptian and the African people out their own fucking land and killing and murdering and carrying on and infiltrating and all kinds of shit, and the French and the British and all of the other motherfucking Zionists, crooked Neanderthal cave behinds was up there doing this monkey ass shit to the people. You know what I'm saying? But from that warning, you know what I'm saying, from the time of the first warning sign in December, in intensive U.S. pressure on the creepy ass group of people calling themselves Israel, you know what I'm saying, to open more land crossing and flood Gaza with aid, could have stopped the crisis taking hold. So now we see how they create a war in a country, and then out of that war kill as many of the people and starve them and occupy as many judge and jury as if they have some type of God power over the people other than guns and bombs. And we're supposed to say, well, okay, well, this is that, but why are you using guns and bombs if you God's chosen people and so forth? Because you wrote in a book saying that if they do this, you have a right to slaughter them. And that is not true. That is a book that was rewritten by man's hand, or a book that was written by man's hand. I don't care how far back and how many books you find. It still was written by a man. You know what I'm saying? So if he wants to create a scenario that would lead up to Narcia documents and all this bullshit over time, is something that they have done themselves. That has nothing to do with God, or whatever God they're talking about, which we know is Baphomet. You know what I'm saying? Because Netanyahu, jackass, ain't fooling me. He worships Satan. You know what I'm saying? Because you could tell by his actions. Look at the weapons that he's using and how he's slaughtering the people. You know what I'm saying? Taking advantage of the people who probably don't even have those type of weapons, or none of that. He's not going after. I have not heard him saying anything about him capturing Hamas or any of this. All I've heard is that he's murdering and killing the people and starving the poor children and the women and the grandmothers and blowing their body parts apart and picking up pieces and all kinds of nasty ass bullshittical garbage. And the world must come to a head with this and do something about this in all ways. You know what I'm saying? Maybe we need to arm ourselves and go over there and do something about it, because we need a ceasefire that should have been ceasefire a long time ago. So Joe Biden is definitely guilty of causing an insurrection. Nancy Pelosi, Chuck Schumer, and many other senators and many other people in the government that we see we call the United States, to allow this to have gone on all these years. You know what I'm saying? Creep Joe Biden was a part of the orchestration of putting those people there in general. You know what I'm saying? Obama and him was also in affiliation with the border crisis, because you put those people in bad conditions, telling them they can come over and then you arrest them and do that. And then when Trump went in to clean up the situation or make sense of the situation based on law, you said that he was wrong. Same thing you said with Michael Pence. You know what I'm saying? I told people that before. Michael Pence punk fucking ass could have stopped and do something about that election, but he was a part of them. He's a traitor, a neocon. He's a traitor. A neocon is a traitor. There should be no fucking neocons in this motherfucking country we call the United States. You know what I'm saying? He could have stopped that whole shit and had something done, but of course he was working for them. You know what I'm saying? So you know for a while. You know what I'm saying? Well, when we look at Creep Joe Biden refused to, you know what I'm saying? The official said that, you know what I'm saying? But Creep Joe wrote back Big Biden, refused to make U.S. military aid, refused to make U.S. military aid to the Israel, the figures group of Israel, not King's people, conditional. Instead, the Creep Joe Biden, not case ass government, bullshit power that he stole, you know what I'm saying, and pursue, and they should not have the type of power as a president. Because the Gazan people were not attacking the United States. So why would you send arms to these fucking criminals? Because he's a part of their group. You know what I'm saying? Instead, the Creep Joe Biden government pursued, instead of them pursuing a novel and a government pursued, in other words, he's saying instead, the Creep Joe Biden, broke by base government, pursued novel and ineffective aid solutions such as airdrops. And why would you send any fucking airdrop, clown? Motherfucker. You was to make Ned and Jackass Yahoo cut that bullshit out altogether, because like I said again, you know what I'm saying, the Gazan people were not the ones attacking on October 7th. So this is a complete controversy and a crime against humanity that the world court must respond to, because I am not hearing enough from them. So who controls you that you will allow African people, the original people of the land, to be slaughtered as if human fucking cargo? Human fucking animal cargo that you go going right to the slaughter. And then you're doing the same thing, and y'all been doing this shit all across Africa, taking the land from the people, taking their riches from them, and doing all types of bullshit for many fucking years. You know what I'm saying? Because he did not do anything about this other than an airdrop, you know, floating pier. You know what I'm saying? A floating pier and all that bullshit is bullshit. You should be able to bring in the aid, and there should be no blockage of the aid completely. That's how we know it's a crime against humanity. Because the Gazan people aren't running to Israel to kill them and fight them. The people, the regular people, ain't have nothing to do with it. They are moving out because they don't want no part of that bullshit. Seeing them, their parents and their people being blown to smithereens. This motherfucker is a beast for real. Israel must be. The people calling themselves Israel on African land, Egypt, that the name must be removed, the flag must be removed, and all them people in it who have invaded ancestors must be removed. There is no way you're going to justify any fucking thing telling me that you have a right to be there. You know what I'm saying? Now, some 30,000 people in Gaza, north or experiencing a full-blown famine according to the Worldwide Food Program. They created this. They have been creating this type of famine on African people for years. And been helped by many other groups over there to facilitate that on the original people of this land, what we call Earth. You know what I'm saying? So we know you're full of shit then, just like you're full of shit now. You know what I'm saying? But according to the world famine, the World Food Program, the entire 2.3 million population of Gaza is experiencing catastrophe levels of hunger. Imagine that. That's what they did to the Ethiopians, and that's what they're doing to the people in Sudan. All that is in the same area of the West Bank and the Gaza area. You know what I'm saying? Congo, all of that. So now we know why they're treating them. The different groups up above is doing this bullshit. And every time they talk about taking control of their land, money and this and that, you move in there, and the first thing you do is cause a genocide and a rape and a vulgarness on the fucking women and all kind of thing. Probably even raping the little boys. You know what I'm saying? The level of this dissent within the U.S. government agency responsible for administering civil foreign aid and combating global hunger has been unprecedented. Of course, they preach that good old shit. These demon Democrats have been preaching this shit for years. Not only preaching it, but they have even Republicans signing alongside of them and doing the bullshit as well. Because many of them are not Republicans, they are really Democrats in Republican clothes. You know what I'm saying? So when we look at this unprecedented of hunger, they've been doing this to many, many nations, but yet still going around talking about no child left behind, equality, and all types of different bullshit, human rights and all this, and giving us such great speech on these pulpits. We must stop paying these demon Democrats any mind if you're going to preach something one time and then think that you fool the people out 2 times, and then you go in and you fucking do bullshit like bullshit. You fool me once, but you can't. You been fooled me once, but you can't fool me again. Yeah, we can fool your fucking ass because you're garbage, nigga. Let's just be honest about you, punk fucking idiot ass. You are trash. You are a piece of shit on this planet, period. You, Bill Clinton, Slick Willie ass, you know what I'm saying? Hillary Clinton, blood-sucking vampire ass, you know what I'm saying? Obama faggot ass, you know what I'm saying? And wannabe motherfucking Michael Johnson calling himself, you know what I'm saying? Michael, you Michelle of I'm whatever, you know what I'm saying? Bush, Kamala, Chuck the Dog Schumer, Nancy Pelosi, and many, many other leaders in this world, on this here planet. You full of shit. You have disappointed us to the point of fucking, I can't even say the word. You know what I'm saying? That you sit there and have allowed this to go on all across, even going back to medieval times and even before that. They have been causing carnage across the land for probably a century or more. Many centuries probably. You know what I'm saying? That's all they have been doing. You know what I'm saying? And at least 19 international dissent memos have been sent they have been sent even at the start of the war by staffs at the U.S. aid, you know what I'm saying, criticizing U.S. support for the war in Gaza. He's going to support it. He know the Bible and all that Christian bullshit ain't working here, bro. You know what I'm saying? And some of these black-ass pastors need to take that crusader shield off the front of their pulpit. You know what I'm saying? Off the front of their fucking, you know what I'm saying, podium. You know what I'm saying? Because we know who the fuck y'all working for. Because if that was the case, y'all would be putting your life truly out there to save these people if they're truly God's chosen. I mean, if they're truly being slaughtered by some people calling themselves God chosen people. You know what I'm saying? I wonder if all the churches truly still believe that piece of garbage, because we could prove you dead fucking wrong. In an internal collective dissent memo draft this month by numerous employees of the U.S. aid, the staff, you know what I'm saying, assailed the agency and creep Joe Biden and look back bitch Biden administration for failure to uphold international humanitarian principles and adhere to its mandate to save lives. Save lives? How the fuck he gonna do that when he just caused a pandemic? When he just caused a psychological pandemic? When he caused a psychological pandemic and create a psychological overstanding of bodies to prove that that was true when it was not. There was nothing floating in the air. There was no great this and great virus and all that shit. None of that. It was all to get this shit into people so they can have I guess, some form of strategical plan that when November comes around for election, people won't be able to vote, probably all fucked up altogether because they have accepted this and they'll have a sailing, cheating win as in, because like I said before and I'll say it again, there's many ways to cheat a fucking election, bro. And we need to wake up to that. We need to